Well, good afternoon and welcome to this week's weekend webcast from your friends here at Martin Lynch and Sons. Very good afternoon to you. I've got a few things on the desk in front of me today that we're going to go through, rather, and then we're going to have a look around what we've got on our use shelves. Oh, that's not good. I think we might be on the wrong microphone. Hang on, bear with me, everybody. There we go. Hopefully you can hear me okay. I'm once again using the magic that is AirPods, and they sometimes decide they just want to connect somewhere else. It's Apple, it's amazing, but it's also very annoying. Um, Please let me know if you can hear me. Someone give me a signal report in the comments. That'd be very good and very much appreciated. Please. Good evening to Ian and to Simon there, and also to Jimbo as well, and to I'm not entirely sure how you'd pronounce that name. To be honest with you, afternoon to Terry. Someone says 5 and 9. Thank you very much, Ian. So I've got a few items on the desk in front of me that we're going to go through. First, I say, if you've got any questions, if you want to see anything that we might have in the showroom that we can present to you, then please put a comment in the chat, and I'm sure we can grab one of whatever it is you might want to have a look at. And also, if you've got any questions, if you've got any questions about a product or how to do something or whatever, I can give a stab at answering that as well. Let's do a few more hellos. Hello to Don as well, who's joined us all the way from Five Land over in the States. Let's start. What should we start with on the bench in front of me? Let's go with the clock. We've got these in quite recently. The MFJ. I'm going to have a look at the model number because I can't remember off the top of my head. It is the MFJ 115. It's their 24-hour clock. Nice thing about these is they are quite cheap at the moment. £35.95. If you're looking for a clock for the shack, obviously 24 hours means you can leave it on UTC all year round, and you don't get confused with whether it's day or night. If you're in a long contest, then it's great. It looks fantastic in the shack. I have to say, it looks very nice with the lighting. And our man Richard even managed to set this one almost correct, I believe. So that's in stock, available now. £35.95 for a clock. What more could you want there? We'll come to the power supply in a minute, because I know we've got a few questions about this power supply, so we'll come back to that in a second. Also in stock, we've got a good number of them at the moment. The Midel N-Fed wire. This is the 80-foot of wire with two dog bones. Great if you're using a long wire and antenna tuner, something like a CG3000, or maybe even the MAT 40, or what else could you do with the ICOM AH705 when it comes out? Would also be great with this as well. They are in stock. Plenty to say in stock at the moment for only £32.95. That's a good option at the moment. Okay, the IC705 is masquerading on the bench here. I'm actually not going to talk about the radio at all. What I'm going to talk about, as I said now, if you are subscribed to our Sundays the Weekend mail out, we do every Friday, you would have seen that we mentioned the new Z mount we've got for them, which are, I know a lot of people have been using these types of things for a little while with their 705s. I picked them up as well. These ones we managed to source and a very competitively priced at £17.95. Originally designed for sort of the photography market, but because of that standard camera tripod thread on the bottom of the 705, these Z mounts work absolutely brilliantly. And the nice thing, of course, is you can mount the radio pretty much at any angle you want. It comes with an Allen key, so you can tighten up the sort of the bolts that sort of give that tension, because out of the box they're a little bit loose. So you just want to tighten that up just so you can easily put the radio in the position you want, and it will stay there. So that is a nice accessory, brand new accessory for the IC705 that we've been working on. Let's say hello, a few hellos in there. So Don confirming that Five Land is Texas. Very good. Yes. My call sign is from Six Land, but yeah. Anyway, afternoon to Patrick, just down the road in Surrey. We're in Surrey here, just. That's Mike 5 Papa Mike, and good afternoon to Granville. Mike Whiskey 7 Foxtrot Romeo November. And afternoon to CX1RK as well. Hello. What else we got to talk about? Some Dipoflex just saying here. Richard has prepared all these props for me today. So thanks very much, Richard. Dipoflex, 200 meters of Dipoflex, the high quality antenna wire from Messi and Poloni. A very good option if you're in the market of sort of playing with antennas and building stuff and just generally having a fun out in the garden with bits of wire. That's what you want. A great option. Again, in stock, we've got plenty of stock. It's 200 meters on the drum for £99.95. It's a good option for about 50p a meter. There you go. That's quick maths for you. Afternoon to Paul, 2E0PJN. How are you? Patch how much for that 785 stand? £17.95 for that Z mount. If you type into if you go to the 785, you'll find it linked through there. But alternatively, on the website hamradio.co.uk, if you just search Z mount, it will be the first thing that comes up. Afternoon to Tony G8JHA, and also to Ivan as well. Let's have a look. See, Granville says, is the Wuxun KGU V980 PL suitable for a foundation license holder? Can the power level reduce to 10 watts? So the minimum power output on a 980 is 5 watts. The next level up would be 25. So it'll be good on that 5 watt setting. Obviously, as you progress and you maybe get your intermediate license, then that comes into its own at that point. Does the Z-Man have rubber non-slip feet? Yes, it does. Has 4 non-slip feet on the bottom. So I try and bring it a bit closer. I don't know if it's going to work, but it's got 4 non-slip feet on the bottom, and also where it attaches onto the 705, which is also showing the clock. That was a complete mistake. It's also got. I'll take it off now. Quite a long thread. Come on, get. It's very secure on there. It's also got 2 long rubber strips in order to protect the bottom of the radio. And so it's got that ring that you just screw into the bottom of the radio on that 1/4-inch jack. So that's the Z mount. So available from stock. As is the 705. Let's not forget that 705 available from stock right now. Don says, sometime can we go over types and sizes of rotators and how to choose them? That's a good idea, Don. I probably won't do that today. But that is a good question, and possibly something we can do on one of our sort of regular videos very soon. So keep your eyes out for that one. That was a very good suggestion. We will definitely come to that. Right, let's do a few more things. Power supplies. I was going to come back to this. MP304s. We've just had a delivery of these from the factory, so we've now got plenty of these that we do run out. So back in stock now, £99.95 for a 30 amp peak power supply. We'll run about 20 amps continuous. Sorry, good for a 100 watt radio. If you're wanting a power supply, maybe you've just bought a size 7300 or an FTDX10 or pretty much any 100 watt radio. The MP304 Mark II is a fantastic choice. In fact, I'm very much considering getting one myself. My power supply is back from the 80s and it's still on its last legs in the shack. So I'm very much thinking about replacing it with an MP304. Afternoon to Chris, M7MXM from Plymouth. Patrick is asking, what antenna would you recommend for the 705? Well, it's very much depending on what band, what frequency, what you're thinking. The one that we've been playing with recently, the 49-1 with an end-fed half wave, that's a good option if you just want to go portable. If you want something to carry in one kit, then the super antenna, or maybe the chameleon antenna. We've got the chameleon antennas back in stock as well, or maybe something like a buddy pole. Options are endless, but it's very much dependent on what you're really trying to get and how portable of a system you want it to be. If you want something that's going to be all be able to condense down into that sort of backpack that you can buy for the 705, the LC192, then maybe a 49-1 with a length of wire and some coax that you can sort of sling up a pole or fire into a tree would be a good option. And Don is mentioning the Sodabeam's 2040 link dipole, good quick up and down. Yeah, something like that. We do from Bushcom a 20-40 meter trap dipole, which will fold up quite small. Another option for you. Is the power supply fan running? It's not. It's not plugged in. They do have a little bit of fan noise. I will be honest with you. Um, Fan noise always for me is something that's never really bothered me. Maybe that's just me. I know some people do get quite concerned about fan noise. For me, if I hear a fan running, I know it means it's keeping itself cool. So it's never bothered me. I've never noticed them be particularly loud. So that's just my own my experience with the MP304. I have used one, not in the shop, but I have used one here for many years. In fact, there's plenty of these dotted around the showroom powering things. Good afternoon to good afternoon, Chris, G1 JXS. It's a very close call sign tomorrow, isn't that? Good afternoon to Chris as well. 2E0GHH. Could you recommend a suitable auto to you for the IC 7300? Yes. LDG IT100 would be your go-to on that one. Alternatively, one of the map tuners, depending on what you're after, map 40, if you want a remote tuner, is excellent with the 7300. Or if you want, we've just taken in a used 8180 from Icon. They are also a good option as well. Plenty of options out there. Jimbo saying 8200. Yeah, 8200 or any of the 80 range from LDG, along with the IC pack cable, which will take power and also do all the rig interface as well. Steve mentioned the fact there's new Icon firmware up for the 705. Yes, there is, which you have installed on this one. I'll give you a quick demonstration of. I know lots of people are interested with this new scrolling scope mode. So we have the new firmware on this one, and this is, I think, the bit you're all going to be caring about, the fact that as you get to the edge of the scope band, when you keep going, it scrolls up to the next bit, and it will keep going like that. So that's a really nice feature from the 705. I'm really glad to see that Icon are also going to bring that to both the 7300 and the 9700 before too long. It also gives you a FT8 preset, although I know I found FT8 particularly hard to set up on a 705, but there we go. Talking FT8, if you want to do it on some of the Yaesu radios that perhaps haven't got that built-in USB port and that built-in sound card, in stock available, the SCU 17, £114.95. It comes with other cables. If you're going to plug it into something like an FT450 or an FTDX1200, or an FT950, I think. If you're running it with something like an 817, 818, 857, 897, then you're going to need the optional CT62 cable. And there's a whole different set of cables. It's the, I'm going to get it from SCU20 kit, I believe, if you're going to want to run it with something like an FDX 5000. But available from stock if you want to play digital modes and you have a Yaesu radio that does not have that built-in USB port, this is the way to go. Why would you buy this over something like a Signalink? Well, for the simple reason that this will give you both rig control and the audio over one USB cable to the computer, rather than just audio with something like the Signalink. Signalink is very good, but to do particularly something like FT8 properly, the software wants control of the VFO. You can only get that easily with an SCU 17. And finally, also in stock at the moment, the Wuxen KG-UV8H. This is the 2 in 70 with that large colour screen, that sort of blue colour screen. Available from stock. Nice output power on those as well. Everything you could possibly want and a relatively cheap price. That's also available from stock. Let's just turn our attention back to the chat. New firmware for the FTDX10. Yes, I believe there is. We haven't done it on ours yet, but one of those to do things for Steve on Monday, I think. Can you use a dummy load with the FTM 300 with a zoom spot if they're in close proximity? Yes, if your dummy load is a pretty good dummy load and you turn the radio down to its lowest power setting of 5 watts, then yeah, I would possibly want to put the zoom spot across the room, perhaps, just sort of just so it's not directly next to it. But yes, it will work absolutely fine. Let's have a look. See. Stephen says, when are there going to be high capacity compatible batteries for the IC705 and Steve's G7 VFY? I'm not sure what you mean compatible batteries. I mean, obviously the high capacity BP307 is available now. We're expecting a fresh delivery of them Monday or Tuesday from ICOM UK. Is okay. So I think what Siemens after is maybe something like an external to provide the full output power. Don's already said it actually. A LifePro 4. Yeah, we don't sell them unfortunately, but it is something we're potentially looking at. But yeah, LifePro 4, high capacity for low weight. That's something that you definitely want to have a look at. Terry says, I need to get a mount to the phone, whereas I really lost everything in DR. Yes, I was in dumpty mode. Very easily done, Terry. We obviously sell the preloaded SD card for the i785, which this coming week will have an update because there are a few changes that I just need to do on it. But it's pretty much inside. There's only one change to the card I need to do, and so that's available. If you want, as the radio was supplied by ICOM, you can I believe you can download that file from ICOM UK. But if you want sort of the more fully featured one, you can buy the SD card from ourselves. They're £19.95, and that comes with every UK D-Star and FM repeater, as well as every FM and D-Star simplex node, as well as the FM repeaters on 6 meters and 10 meters as well, and a whole bunch of other stuff for Europe as well. So that's a good option. Stephen says BP307 is about £90. Yes, it is. Yeah, £90 on the nose. It's a good price. It's will certainly last probably a good few hours, 3-4 hours, maybe even up to 5, depending on how you're using the radio. But just bear in mind that when you're using the BP307, you're only going to get 5 watts out of the radio on transmit. Let's have a look. See, Nigel says, do you have FTDX 101MP in stock? Yes, we do. We do have limited numbers of FTDX 101MP. So if you are after one, do place your order quickly. Our next delivery is not, I think, for about another month. So we've got a couple in stock at the moment. If you are after one, best thing to do is get one quite quickly. Let's have a look. See, Brian asks, why is the turnaround on getting hold of ultra beam antennas, and has the cost increased after Brexit? In terms of turnaround, it very much depends on what's available at the factory. So some items are readily available from stock, other items are built to order. So please contact us and we can give you a bit more of a firm delivery date, depending on which model you're after, because we'd have to check with the factory. And in terms of price increase, pricing information is available on the website. We're updating that as and when we get new prices from all suppliers. And that works across the board. We're updating prices. If anything changed, some have gone up, some have gone down, but that's all good. Alan said the clockage rate, but 12 hours slow. Yeah, you're right. It is. Yeah, I'll blame Richard. He set the clock up. It really is 3 a.m. That's what we're saying. It's 3 a.m. somewhere. Anyway. Okay, let's just pause there for the moment. Let's have a quick look at what we got on news, because there's quite a few changes in news again this week, in comparison with what we've got, and a few exciting things as well. I'm just looking over at the news pile and what I might want to talk about. So let me pick you up if you don't mind, and I'll show you what we've got on the used shelves. I'm going to start with this 7610 because that price on the top is completely wrong. This 7610, which is boxed and is in fantastic condition, we have dropped the price by £200. It's now advertised on the website, and you'll see it there at 2299. Again, it is fully boxed, it is complete. So that is an absolute bargain. Now you're going to save yourself about £700 over what you would do for a new one. So that is a fantastic option for yourself. I've had this coming as well, Kenwood Ts 690S, which I don't think. I'm just trying to think over all the nearly 5 years I've worked here, whether I've seen one of these come in used before, and I don't think I have. 690S. This is, of course, Kenwood's HF and 6 meter all mode radio, 100 watts out the back. It's in a very good condition. It's got a couple of high marks, but to be honest, I'd probably expect that of a radio this age. And you can see it is boxed as well. $479 the price on that one. I think if you're looking for a relatively cheap and inexpensive HF good performance radio, that's certainly one for yourself. And in a similar vein, Kenwood R5000. It's a good option for yourself if you're just looking for a very high performance receiver. 299, and this one has got the VHF board in it as well. Yaesu FT736R. This is the of course 270. This one also has the 6-meter option as well. 449. No box, but does come with everything else. Mic manual and AC cable, not DC cable on that one. There you go. I mentioned the AT180 just now. There you go. Used AT180. Obviously designed for things like the 706 and the 7100 and the 7000, but there's no reason why you couldn't use that with pretty much any other Icon radio, as long as it's got that 13-pin accessory socket on the back. Most of them do nowadays. What else have we got on the shelves? Oh, there we go. Kenwood Ts 990. Boxed and complete with everything you'd expect. In a very good condition. It's cleaned up very well, this one. It is yours for just $3,499. You're going to save yourself almost, what they knew. You're going to save yourself a ton over what you pay for a brand new one of these. That is an absolute bargain, I think. 200 watts out. You've got dual receive as well as a very, very nice touchscreen and that lovely scope. Yours as a 3,499 the price on that one. MFJ 993B, boxed with a DC cable. And I've been very remiss of me not done a price table for that. Price information is definitely on the website. MFJ 784, the tunable DSP filter. If you want to try and get rid of some of that, some of your maybe band noise, or just improve your general receive audio, good option at 139. That's actually there, the box as well. I've got a SP990, of course, the matching speaker for the TS990. Good if you want to. Okay, I've just seen Richard slip the clock away to fix the time on it. It's just caught me out the corner of my eye. So when we get back to that shot, the clock will either not be there or it will have got the correct time. SP990, matching speaker for the TS990, boxed with the audio cable, £149. In fact, I think we've got 2 of those. There's one up there as well. So if you wanted a TS990 and 2 speakers, well, we kind of have the full kit there, don't we? What else have we got that's interesting and exciting? Oh, JRC, NRD545. These are lovely and always sought after. This one is it's in a very good condition. I wouldn't say it's excellent. It's got a few marks on it. It's, as you can possibly see at the top. Whether the camera will put them up, I'm not entirely sure. It is supplied with the manual and AC cable. But look at that price, £799 for a JRC. I will apologise for my camera work. I'm really not very good at camera work. This one does have the, I forget the model number, I think it's CHE 199, I think, off the top of my head. It's the VHF converter anyway, or that wideband and wideband converter they call it. So it's got the N type on the back as well. Yours, $799. That is a very good price for one of those. We've still got that Phonema Miranda speaker with that slightly dented inner cone. Hence its cheap price at £79, and it is a box. That is the box for it. And finally for you, no, penultimately for used, one more thing I've got to do. IC7000, the full colour screen on the HF, EHF, UHF, 100 watts out on HF and 650 watts out on 20 watts out on 77s off the top of my head. Obviously boxed, mic manual and DC cable included. And finally, what I need to tell you about, and again, we don't see very many of these secondhand. It's the SGC SG230 Smart Tuner, as SGC call it. This is their fantastic external ATU. Put a wire on the top. We've got a bit of kite coming on the bottom. That's where you put it onto earth. And it will tune pretty much a wet piece of string. A really good antenna tuner, £299 gets you those. You're going to save yourself, I think that's about a £300 saving or so. A fantastic saving. I know I said that was going to be my final one, but actually that's going to be my final one. An FTDX 3000. That is HF and 6 meters, 100 watts out, 1099 fully boxed. Right, I'm going to pop you back over there. Someone now has to see if the clock has been fixed. I'm thinking it possibly has. but might not be correct now. Richard was very adamant that he wanted to try and get the clock as correct as possible. I did tell him by the time there was the delay on YouTube, it wouldn't make a blind bit of difference. But he was very insistent. So someone probably spot the difference with the I'd come back to your points here. Sorry, when I'm doing a bit of the camera, I can't see your comments. Let's have a look. See here. So 25 amp continuous, 30 amp, 40 amp peak, low noise, non-interference signal, please. I think it must be a power supply. Well, MP304, it's a good choice for low interference. So that fan noise that it is there, but I say it's never bothered me. You could go for if you want something that's absolutely silent, the only choice is a Microset PT135, which doesn't have a fan at all. It has a great big honking heatsink on the back. Maybe in next week's video, we'll get one of those out so you can have a look at one of those. So that's good. What else have we got here? Does the power supply have power pole connectors? This one doesn't. We do have the two Nissan power supplies that do have power pole connectors on them. That's the NS1230D and the NS2230D. Both of those are available from stock because both of those do have power pole connectors on them. If that is a concern, I'm now a power pole convert, so I feel your pain with power poles. Let's have a look. See, Justice for All. Simple answer on that one is not really, but a lot of the RMs will do that. MMX2. Hi, I'm interested in BLA 350 plus amp. Do you sell a PTT cable for it and the IC705? Not off the shelf, but I'm sure we could probably make one up for you in the workshop. Best thing to do on that one, drop us an email, sales@hamradio.co.uk. Let's have a look. See, Andrew, great Sunspot vid. Thanks very much. We enjoyed doing that one for you. A little bit of difference. Trying to sort of branch out. We've had a few requests of late to do sort of more technical type videos, and make sure as I were, we're going to try and do that. Let's have a look. What else we got? MW7GWR. Any update on when the Diamond X50N may be back in, please? That's Dave. Bear me a second, Dave. Let me see if anything has been written down on our system here, because I don't know is the honest answer. If Kim was watching, she might be able to know off the top of her head, but I don't know whether she is or not. Let's have a look. See, X50N. I'm going to go with the diplomatic answer of soon. I don't have an exact date on there, I'm afraid. But Dave, drop us an email, or if you want, click on the website. If you click on the little yellow banner that says pre-order, click to notify. If you click on that, pop in your details, you'll get an email immediately as soon as they're booked into stock. Nigel, G1BXL asks, are the deals still available on the IC705? Yes, there are still deals available on the IC705. There is a deal. Oh, and I'm going to try and remember these all off the top of my head without looking. So there is a deal. If you want to have the backpack, you can save £60 off the price of a backpack. You can have a MAT 705 at a cheap price. You could have the extended warranty, so you can add 3 years to your warranty. So it's a total of 5 years warranty, essentially half price for £50. Or we were offering a £50 gift voucher for use on your next purchase. Those deals are still available, and it is still free shipping on the IC705. Daniel says, hello from a snowy cold Lancashire. Hello from a not snowy yet, but I'm told it might snow tomorrow, but certainly still very cold Staines. Go. Peter asks, are you not able to get the Midal tripod anymore? Martin will show them on YouTube before Christmas for the i705. Yeah, there's been a bit of an issue with those tripods in getting hold of them. I think we might have 1 or 2 left, but I personally prefer the Z mount, and so does Gary. In fact, both Gary and I purchased these Z mounts independently for our 705s. And showed them to Martin. Was like, and Martin said, "Yeah, that's a nice option as well." We will keep pursuing the tripod option. That is a nice option. A lot of people do like those tripods. We are still pursuing them, trying to get some, but yeah, at the moment there's a little bit of availability issue. Hence why I've gone for the Z mount, and I think actually the Z mount is fantastic. Nigel says, "Is the Yaesu Quadra still available?" Okay, so the Quadra is still technically manufactured. However, as of about 10 years ago or now or so, it is no longer CE approved. Now, going forward, what that means, if with regards to Brexit, I don't know, but at the moment we're still filling all of those rules. So I don't know whether we might see that again in the UK, but certainly in Europe as a whole at the moment, it is not available. So that's due to CE certification. But actually, the Quadra now is quite an old amplifier, and there are, I would argue, better options if you want to get a kilowatt out. Look at the Juma, look at SPE's offerings, the 1.3 and the 1.5 KFA, options from ACOM, the ACOM 1200 if you want that sort of power. You've got 1.2K out on that. So there are certainly options for 1K amplifiers. Yes, the Quadra was nice. I think there's possibly better options out there nowadays that we can still get hold of. Hi, Kim. Kim is watching. Kim, when are we getting X50s? Please, thanks. Let's have a look. See what else we got here. How much clock? Clock we mentioned earlier on, £35.95. Available from stock. It's the, if you want to find it on our website, it's the MFJ 115. And yep, it is now correct. It's not 12 hours out. Mark is asking, hi, what's the best base scanner, digital plus aerial? Thanks, Mark from Loughborough. A few options there, Mark. So things like the AOR AR DV1 is a good option. There is the Whistler WS 1065, I want to say off the top of my head. Good options. In terms of antennas, it very much depends on how you're going to mount it. If you can mount something outside, then maybe something like a discone. If you're interested specifically in something like aircraft, then there's the D777. There are certainly options out there. Best person to talk to is my colleague John Power. He is actually on the phones today, so if you want to give him a call today, it's 0345 2300 Ask to speak to John. He is our sort of scanner and receiver expert. He's been doing scanners and receivers since the year dot, I think. So that's have a chat with John. He will be the other person to talk to. Chris is also saying it's cold in Oxford. It's cold everywhere. I was looking at the weather forecast for tomorrow, and Chris in Oxford, you're going to get about as much snow as I'm going to get in Reading as well. So we might see some white stuff yet tomorrow, and that's good. I want to build a snowman. But if it can come by Monday for my commuting, that would be excellent. Steve G0LQP says he's got the tripod for his 785. It's very handy. Yeah, it's very fantastic. William is asking, any idea when the foundation license training courses will be starting up again? William, I'm afraid we just have no idea at the moment. Obviously, with the current situation and obviously lockdown, that makes any kind of those decisions impossible to make. We want to bring you the courses as soon as we can do in a safe manner. At the moment, though, we're recommending you go through some of the online courses. Essex Ham run an absolutely fantastic course. So I can recommend Pete from Essex Ham is I think runs those courses himself. He is very knowledgeable, and the Essex Ham have a very high success rate through their exams. There's also the online amateur radio community, OARC. They also run courses. In fact, the get it wrong, OARC actually run courses, not just for the foundation, but the intermediate and the full courses as well. So that is another option for you. And of course, the moment the exams are all online. So if you do independent study, and we do sell the foundation license manuals still, you can find those on the website. Type in foundation, I'll bring it up. So it's still, we offer those. In fact, we offer all three of the manuals, but specifically the foundation one as well. If you do independent study, you can book your exam with the RSGB directly, and then it's all an online process. And in fact, my colleague Richard is doing his advanced tomorrow. So good luck, Richard. In fact, Paul says passes with Essex Ham, and he can recommend them. Yeah, Essex Ham do wonderful things for the hobby. They're very, very proactive, and certainly before the pandemic, they were very active in most contests as well, and got out in the hills of Essex most weekends. So absolutely. What else have we got here? Thank you. Great job for Snowcast tomorrow. I could do with like a map of the UK, couldn't I? I could just do it. What else have we got? Afternoon to Paul, M70PM, who also are. I also said about the S exam. Question here about Diamond ST330 or the ATAS 120 for HF Mobile with a 450. Either. And there's a very good reason for that. ATAS 128 is probably an easier antenna to mount. It's a PL259 at the bottom, so you can put it on a fairly standard antenna mount. The thing is, you need to bear in mind is that does need to be a pretty heavy duty mount. The Diamond K400 is the one that Yaesu recommends. You can get away with the Diamond K415. Or there's a couple of options from Nagoya that we also do that will also support the ATAS. So that is a good option. However, you're only going to get 40 meters upwards with an ATAS. An SD330, obviously, you're going to get all of HF. It goes down to 80 meters, but you're going to need a very substantial mount to put that on. The options exist. Again, a K400 would probably just about do it. Or you might want to manufacture something yourself. Check what the manufacturer said, check what Diamond says about it. But yeah, either. Of course, another thing with the ATAS is that you don't need any extra cables, you don't need any extra interface. The radio drives the antenna. With the SD330, you're going to need to run an extra power cable, and you're going to have the little controller somewhere accessible as well. So there are pros and cons of both. Let's have a look, see. What else we've got here? Andy, 2E0SJA. Hi, you sold the Zygu amplifier. Oh, hang on, right. He's corrected himself. Sorry. I'll follow him, make sure I said. Sorry, a question. You sold the Zygu amp, will you ever sell the range of transceivers? Watch this space, Andy. We're not adverse to selling the Zygu transceivers, but at the moment we're just sort of focusing on the amplifier. Afternoon to Martin. M0AEE is late on parade, but that's no problem at all. And Stephen says, will he be selling LiFePo or LiPo batteries for portable operations anytime soon? Stephen, it's something we're looking at. So do watch this space. No immediate plans, but watch this space. I say it is something we are certainly looking into, and something that I know personally myself and Gary are sort of looking into as well to see if we could do that. The issue with batteries is always shipping. As you have to ship them in such a way that they have to be safe, which is another consideration for us when we think about selling batteries. I mean, it's almost bad enough with sort of the optional batteries for some of the sort of handheld radios. Sending something like that was going to be a bit more of a headache. So watch this space. Chances are in the future probably, but I'm not going to give you a firm commitment at the moment. Right, I'm going to wrap this up in just a few minutes' time. So if you've got any final questions, if there's anything you want to us to show, I'm happy to do that. Let's have a look. See, something about a Whistler TRX2. Absolutely fine, no problem at all. R says, is Midol a brand, or does Midol have a large linear PSU around 40 to 50 amps? Midol is our own brand. We get and all Midol products we get made to our own specification. The 40 to 50 amps, there is the MP50 switch mode power supply, the MP60 60 amp power supply. They're both switch mode power supplies. Nothing in the linear range in that kind of spectrum. No, I'm fairly sure I'm right in saying that. Yeah, 50 or 60 amp switch mode, 30 amp is as high as the that goes. The linears go. Don's asking, anything new in B stock this week? There is an Icom 705 over there in B stock that I could see. We'll have a wander over at B stock. I could certainly do that. That's no problem at all. Our B stock shelf is over here. Let's have a look. So yeah, IC 705. ICR6 just sat there. All prices of these available online. Still got RT4s, 991A, SP41 if you want a matching speaker for an IC7610. We've got a MAP40, good external antenna tuner. You can buy the optional cable for any of the major manufacturers, Icom, Yaesu, and Kenwood. The Wuxen 980PL, Daiwa FWR meters, many tone handhelds. Yeah, so a good few options there. Let's have a look. See, I'm sure I just saw. Maybe John can just shout at me what he was trying to text at me, because I can't read what he was trying to text at me. John, what were you trying to tell me? No idea. No idea. He looked very confused at me. No doubt something very important. Right, I did see a couple more. Mark says, IC705, any good for home base? Thanks, Jonathan. Mark from Loughborough. The simple answer, Mark, is yes, but also no. I know that Jason from Ham Radio 2.0 did a whole video on this topic a few weeks ago, maybe a few months ago. I watched it fairly recently. The answer he gave, I thought was actually pretty good. So Icon IC705, if you're just after something QRP for the home, it's brilliant. You can't beat it. It's all in one box. HF, UHF, UHF. What you're missing out on? Well, you're missing out potentially on that 100 watts that you get from a traditional base station. Now, yes, you could go down the amplifier route, but if you don't want to keep things simple, then maybe the IC705 is not the answer for you. Maybe you'd be better served by something like an IC7300 with a 9700, or maybe you'd be better served by something like an FT991A or IC7100. There are options. The i705 obviously is designed as a portable radio. It's designed as something you can take with you that's very compact, that's easy to use, and does the job very well. And it does do the job very well. So if you're very happy having everything in one box and limited to 10 watts, then certainly it's a very good option. If you're happy to run it with an amplifier in order to up the power output and retain sort of that radio that you can just take with you, then absolutely. If you're after something in one box that's going to give you a bit more power output, then it's probably not the radio for you. But everyone's different. And I use the 705 at home as my VHF UHF radio. I've got a 7300 that I use for HF. And then I know that I can just pick the 705 up, take it with me, and I've actually got a very competent HF transceiver as well. So there we go. Kim is saying, nice new sweatshirt, Jonathan. Thanks very much indeed. I won't tell you that I'm wearing one of the old t-shirts underneath them, then, Kim, will I? Donny P says, IC706, what Mark 1, Mark 2, Mark 3, or Mark 2G? There are 3 versions of it, 3 generations of it. If you're looking to purchase a 706, we haven't got any 706s in at the moment, but if you are after a 706, look for a Mark 2G. It's the most fully featured of all of them. William says, how much is my TS440 sat with both filters, internal ATU and cat control chips worth? William, drop us an email. We'll come back to you on that one. sales@hamradio.co.uk. We'll certainly be able to give you a price on that. Let's have a look, see what else we've got here. My dial MP304 Mark II is linear. It's 30 amp peak. What's the continuous? It's about 15 to 20 amps continuous. I said that earlier on. So just if that's if you want something a little bit higher current, then you could look for, I think the GSV 3000 I believe is 20 amps continuous. Definitely 20 amps continuous. Or the PT135, I think it's 22 amps continuous. Or you're looking at switching my power supplies, things like the MP30, which will give you 25 amps continuous. Do you ever see Icom IC7200 use? We do. I haven't seen a 7200 for a long time, actually. They tend to be loved by their owners. We do see them. Keep your eyes on the website, hamradio.co.uk/used. It's where we put everything. We update that use list daily. Yeah, as soon as we see a 7200, we'll obviously look at it on there, but not aware of one coming in anytime soon. Jimbo say Shacklebox 901A for him. And we're among royalty. MWZ MWZ. That's a cool song I recognise. Hello, Andy. Who is? I'm not surprised he thought the video was good yesterday. for reasons that he will be aware of. Right, I am going to finish it up there unless there's any final bits and pieces. There's a message there from Mark. He uses 705 at home right now. He made a 2,000 mile QSI for 45 minutes with just 10 watts into a hex beam. That's the thing, is that if you've got a good antenna system, it's all you need, really. It is all in the antenna system rather than anything else. Right, I am going to finish it there. All the items here in front of me are available on the website hamradio.co.uk. Make sure you're subscribed to our YouTube channel by clicking subscribe down below, and also that bell icon. That way you'll be notified every time we go live. We go live every Saturday. I'm not sure who it'll be next week because I'm not in. So I'm, but there will be a live stream next week. I promise. It might be the man himself. That's a possibility. It might be the man himself. So do keep your eyes open for that. If you're, say, hit the that bell icon, and you will get notified. Of course, you can also subscribe to our YouTube channel for our weekly normal videos, which premiere on a Friday at midday. And don't forget, also be subscribed to the Something for the Weekend newsletter, which gets emailed to your inbox, again, Friday afternoons. You can sign up for that at the website hamradio.co.uk. Scroll down the page, there's a yellow banner that says sign up for our newsletter. Make sure your email's in there, and you'll get a weekly email from us, normally written by Martin, but sometimes written by myself or Tony. So that's also another way to stay in touch with us. Of course, anything you see here, anything you've seen in used that you're interested in, it's all on the website hamradio.co.uk/used, or give us a call 0345 2300 599. Right, I'm going for a cup of tea, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.